I can't. Oh man, I just. Oh. Okay, I just saw a friend of mine messaged me and said, "Did you see that?" Okay, Malibu 13 PSA 10.0 that has just apparently been graded by PSA. Whew, I thought he was joking. I thought it was like a hoax, you know, whatever. Somebody just making something up. But then I found it. I just did a Google search and there it was. And I found it on the PSA website. This is no joke, man. This is, it's like I don't know what this could do. This is gonna like rock the entire foundation of grading, because I looked at this book and I tried to be as objective as I could. And I looked it over and I looked it over, blew it up as big, because the images are on the PSA website. I blew up the images, scanned it over and over again. There's defects on this book. And I think the definition of a 10.0 is no defects, whether they be bindery, man-made, whatever. I'll put the images up as I talk through this, but I mean, it's a very nice book. Don't get me wrong. It's a solid 9.8 in my opinion. If you look at the bottom of the spine, there's either like a little ding or a slight amount of wear. I don't know whether it's bindery or man-made, not sure. There's a hint of a ding to the bottom corner, the bottom right corner of the front cover. Just, once again, I'm hoping it's just not something that's phantom. It looks like it's there though. It's not a perfect sharp corner, let's put it that way. And on the back, lower staple, there's a couple discolorations where it looks like the blue paper is now a little bit white. Well, what that is the staples on this book are I've worked on several copies now. The staples are very big, I guess is the right word. And actually, what it is they're normal staples, I think, but it's a very thin comic. It's not as thick as a normal standard size comic from that era. So what happens is if you don't put extra support in the centerfold, you'll press it. Now, I know this book has been pressed because usually you only see this when a book has been pressed. I guess it's possible it could happen if it was laying in a stack of books under weight for years, but more likely this book was pressed and the staples begin to push through the entire book. So there's probably impressions of staples all the way through all the pages and into the cover as well. So if you look at it at an angle, I bet there's like a little hill where those white spots are. It's the staples pushing through. You could argue that's a man-made defect because somebody pressed it and caused it. So there's two little discolorations. So that's two defects. And the other one is I'm not sure about. And this is really common. And it actually is a factory defect, I think. Sometimes when a staple pushes through in the manufacturing process, it'll like ream out a hole that's a little bit bigger. It's the beginnings of what later becomes, if a book is read over and over, it becomes a staple tear. So it's just a very hint beginnings of that. And I mean, if you want to throw that one out, I mean, I'll give them that one. I mean, a staple has to go through paper, it has to tear it. So as long as it's not excessive. But this one looks like it might have been enlarged slightly from reading or being opened at some point. And I actually can clean that up. I mean, it needs cleaned up. Whoever cleaned and pressed it didn't do it. But I can do that. It's not a big deal. And so let's just call it 4 factory defects. Well, what's the definition of a 10.0? A book that's perfect in any way, no manufacturing defects. I mean, let's say they can just have one tiny one. Okay, well, we still don't meet that definition. CGC would give this book a 9.8 all day long. 9.9 should not be in the conversation on this book. So, oh man. And that just for some reason, it just cracks me up that a grading company, PSA, trying to compete in the market, comes right out and gives an obvious 9.8, a 10.0. I don't know whether it's like a marketing thing, whether they're trying to get noticed, or whether they're actually legitimately changing the definition of a 10.0. I couldn't find I finally found their definition of a 10.0, and it looks similar, But I can't find like any super clarification on that yet. Somebody will have to let me know if there is that information out there. It's a very generic, perfect in every way type. I'll put it on the screen. Maybe maybe you can have a bunch of binary defects on a 10.0 in their opinion. Maybe they're only talking about man-made. I mean, that's possible. I don't think that would be the case, but so yeah, I'm actually skeptical that there's any 10.0s out there from before when the paper got really more rigid, like in mid-90s, I guess. Square bounds not being, those don't count. I'm talking about standard, comic books like I have here on the wall. I even have a 9.9 here. And I'm pretty sure this is obvious 10.0. If I sent it to PSA, it would get the 10.0. But I have no interest in doing that. It's a 9.9. CGC is worth a lot more money than a 10.0 PSA. It should be anyway. And I'm curious, is a guy going to try and sell this Malibu Sun 13? And is anybody going to... I'm sure there's somebody out there, just like the Giant Size X-Men 9.9. Somebody's going to pay a ridiculous amount of money for it. But it's just a $3,000 book. It's not a 9.9. It's not a 10.0. If anybody watching this is thinking about buying this book, you're going to be buying the label. Because if you submit that book to CGC, it's getting 9.8 all day long. And I haven't even looked at the book. I bet if I looked at that book, I could find 2 or 3 more man-made defects. There's a couple little hints that maybe could be ticks on it, but I won't know unless I looked at the book. I mean, nobody's going to do it, but if you sent me the book, I'd be very, very happy to look it over and give you my honest opinion, because I know if somebody owns a book, they can get stars in their eyes. They can't see the forest for the trees. I get books all the time in. Somebody will say this is, or even at the last comic convention at Heroes Con, people are like, show me this book they thought was perfect. I'm like, there's 20 defects on this book, right? But when you look at tens of thousands of books up close with reading glasses, good lighting and everything, and I've never seen a 10.0. I've maybe seen 10 to 20 9.9 candidates, not necessarily 9.9s. I have never seen a perfect book from that era, ever. I've never seen one with fewer than 2 defects. I've never seen one. I've seen a couple with no man-made defects. Not many. I have one. My Amazing Spider-Man 315 up here has no man-made defects. It's a 9.9. It should have been a 9.9. It's off-white to white pages, though, so I can understand it getting 9.8. But the book is flawless. There is nothing. I've looked that book over 100 times. Even before I submitted, I looked it over and over and over. I was like, this book is perfect. I thought it had a chance at 9.9. Half my collection probably could get 10.0. No, maybe not half. 20 books. 20 of my 100 books I own or whatever in my collection. So I don't have a huge collection. I collect what I love, and I mainly have moved to mostly 9.8s. So what is this going to do to the market? Well, okay. It may have already had an impact. PSA may have already had an impact. The writing may have been on the wall for CGC, because we've known for a while that PSA does not do 9.9, which just completely boggles my mind. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. Why would you enter a market where all the grading companies have a 9.9 and you don't have a 9.9? Because there should be more 9.9s. That's CGC's big mistake, is they used to give a lot more 9.9s, but they made the definition so narrow. I guarantee you I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think there's at least 1,000 or thousands of 9.8s in the populations across all books. Thousands that are 9.9 sitting in a 9.8 case. And that's the problem right there. If CGC had actually given 9, I've got at least 2 9.9s that are in a 9.8 case. In fact, I'm thinking about resubmitting one of my 9.8s to see if I could get a 9.9. Put a note in there and say 9.9 ? Because it is flawless. It has one tick that I fixed. And you can still see it if you open the cover. You can see where the tick was. No binary damage. I'm pretty sure that. So I'm still thinking about maybe I just submit that to PSA and try and get the 10.0, which I know it will get based on what I'm seeing here. Or I don't want to be one of those conspiracy guys, but does anybody know if the person that got this, it has any connections to anybody? Like, there's a lot of theories out there that Metropolis or whoever that got the Giant Size X-Men 1 9.9, they got it because of who they were, which is pretty alarming if that actually was the case. Okay, so getting back to CGC, have they adjusted? I think they might have. Because on the guy that posted this PSA 10, Malibu 13, on his same page he had an Ultimate Fallout number 4 posted on there that was graded 9.9 by CGC. And it has this giant tick on the bottom of it, color breaking, and 2 color breaking ticks on the back, and a corner crunch on the top of the spine. I'm like, okay, now this is a 9.9. So maybe CGC is going to re-loosen up. So what's that mean? We've got to go through our entire collection and resubmit all of our books we think could get 9.9. 9.9 should not have ever been worth as much as they are because of the rarity of them, you know. If 2% of the population of every book was, and I don't even know what the percentage currently is, it was a 9.9, and 4% were 9.8s, and then the rest scattered across. I'm talking about for a copper age. I'm not talking about silver, of course, and maybe late bronze. Then we wouldn't be in this pickle right now, which I think we're in. But I'm pretty sure you could submit that book 100 times to CGC, and 100 times, or 98 times it's going to get 9.8, and 2 times 9.6. Never 9.9, never 10.0. Always 9.8 or 9.6. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much, I didn't mean to record such a long video. This is supposed to be like a 5-minute, I don't want to call it a rant, but it kind of is, because I'm not mad at PSA. I'm not mad at the guy that submitted the book. I'm not even really angry. I don't like chaos in grading. I think that grading in general should be more standardized. That's kind of why I developed, I don't want to make this video about marketing myself, but I created that grading tool of mine, and it just, you look at the corners, you look at the edges, you look at the spine, you look at the interior, you look at every single area of the book, and you just make a judgment call based on those, and then you kind of come up with an overall grade based on inspecting every single, and very strict definitions on what is this, what is that, but at the same time there's still room for, you know, how a book presents. So 2 books could have the same amount of defects, but one presents better, if that makes sense, and the one that presents better should get the higher grade. Well, that's built into the thing as well. Anyways, I wish companies would find a system like that. I'm not talking about AI or none of that junk, right? I'm talking about still humans doing the work, because nobody's ever going to be able to grade a book like a human will. But yeah, I am very curious to see what everybody thinks about this in the comments. I actually have a Malibu 13 9.8 that I just had graded, and I'm trying to sell it. Is this thing going to make me lose a lot of money on this book because of this Phantom 10.0 out there? I sure hope not, because I might just keep the dang thing rather than just give it away. You know what I mean? Okay, so let me know what you think in the comments. And once again, I'm not trying to have sour grapes or be mad at this guy or our PSA in general. I just want to get a conversation going. What are we going to do to fix this mess? Because I'm pretty sure this is a big mess. So stay nerdy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.